Yes. Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Listen, do not forget to invite a friend. Invite a friend in here. We are super excited tonight for our next installment of Purposeful Journeys. Come on, y'all, get into it. Purposeful Journeys, where I invite 90% female. I only say that because we may do a little switch up later on, but I just like to have chats with dope people, and I invite you to be a part of that. You can walk with me through stories of my sisters, my friends, things they've lived, experienced, things they've conquered. Okay, super excited tonight because this is someone who is very special to me, who I have known for quite some time now. I'm going to share more of that as we go along. And looks like I see that she has popped in the building, my sis Danielle Covington. Oh my goodness. So without any further delay, I'm going to try to send her this invite. And y'all, we're not going to delay. We're going to get right into it. Let's see. Let's see. It says adding. Maria's in the building. Lisa's in the building. Hey, y'all. Y'all say hi, hello, what's up? Let me know if the comments are working. Uh-oh. Something's happening. It's brewing. Danielle, it looks like I have audio or some audio from you, but the video has not come through yet. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can
Okay,
you hear me?
I can hear you. I just can't see you for some reason. We are super excited, and I'm praying that the comments will.
Oh, I'm excited too. It's spinning.
Okay, it's spinning. That means it's trying to pull you in.
Let's see.
Sarah is in the building. And I will say this, while our technology is catching up with us, last time, who was my guest? Oh, Melissa. I'm gonna try to tag her. Hopefully she can join too. Melissa is a financial literacy expert. She was with us a couple months ago, whatever. And I just do the topics that come across my heart. And you've been in Bible study before, so you know that sometimes the comments act weird. So if you can see the comments on your side, if somebody has questions that you want to address, I don't want to work you as my guest, but if I can't see the comment, then feel free, okay? And it's still trying to get the camera going for us.
Let me see if I can maybe go out and come back in.
Okay, try that. We'll be here. Okay, y'all. Okay, now I will say that we know how technology is, so we appreciate y'all giving us grace. I see that one of our new friends is here, all the way from NY, Nick Nack. Thank you for joining as well. Danielle popped out and is going to pop back in. Let me see. Let's see. I also don't see any comments, which is making me think that I may not be able to see them on my side. Okay, Danielle, I see your bubble, but it hasn't popped up on my main screen. You don't do anything different. I think my screen has to catch up now. Well, let me see. What's this? Is this the invite button? Okay, let's see. Okay. adding our super special guest. I cannot see any comments, so just fair warning already, y'all. But if Danielle can see them, then we can address those. Uh-oh. Danielle, can you hear me? The notification came back as declined. It let me send the invite to you. I can see your camera icon, which is usually a good thing, but it came back as a decline. Let me try again. Let me see if it'll let me try again. Oh, that's not the right button. Let me try. I'm sending requests. Okay. Okay, looks like I'm getting audio again, but no video. Daniel, you can hear me again?
I can hear you.
And can you see me on your phone?
I can see you.
I cannot see you. That is the weirdest thing in the world. But it still says joining. It doesn't say.
Let me
I
see if
don't
there's
know.
anything I can do. I've never done one of these. I have no idea.
It's different every time. So, hey, welcome. But usually when your bubble pops up on my screen or it says, hey, Danielle is here, invite her. I clicked invite, which I did. And usually the camera just comes on. I don't know. Oh, you know what? But see, you have the
Is
only
this?
other. Hmm.
I'm trying to see. Is there something on the bottom that I need to be pressing?
Now that I've not had to do before. The only other thing that I can think of is if there is a setting. Let me see what is on the bottom of my screen. Hmm. Okay, wait. This is a microphone. What does that do? Okay, let's see. You came up with a. Oh, that might be the thing too. You might have to request it. Accept. Does it accept? Okay, let's try. And y'all, thank y'all. Don't go nowhere. Everybody who tuned in, just hold on one second. So Daniel, let's try this way because you did just send me a request. Let me remove you. Don't leave yet either. Let me remove you, and then you send me the request. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm removing you now, and then send me whatever you just pressed a second ago. Do that again because I saw that pop up. But let me remove you first from the broadcast. Okay, here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Y'all got to love the technology. Literally every time we do it, it's different. Okay, so Danielle is in. I saw her pop back up, and she's going to send me the request. Okay, Danielle, send me the request. The same button you press, which I think is a little camera button. See the camera button or a little viewy icon thing. Okay, there it is. I saw it pop up. Let's see if that makes a difference. Accept. And okay. It's saying add again. Thank y'all for y'all patience and grace with us. It says adding. It's still saying adding. I guess it's loading, configuring, doing all of the things. Nope. Then it said it switched from adding to decline. I'm wondering if this is um a settings thing. I'm hoping that this is not a privacy or settings thing because Daniel, I could see that you requested and it was processing, but then it automatically clicked to decline, which I didn't decline. That is really, really crazy. Mm, okay, try this one thing because this did work one time. Try coming all the way out. Try closing all of your apps on your phone, including Facebook. Don't turn your phone. I don't think you have to turn your phone off, but just close out of everything on your phone and come back. You mind trying that? Danielle, can you hear
Okay,
me?
I'll try it.
Okay, all right. We will be here. We're excited still and waiting. Technology, got to love it. Well, anyway, let me do this. I will, while Danielle is rebooting and everything, let me just tell you a little bit about my sister. When she watches the replay, she'll laugh at this or whatever. So I truly love this girl, this woman, I should say. Believe it or not, I'm aging myself, but that's okay. I've known Danielle for over 25 years. Over 25 years. And just as we were talking, and as I, making little notes about this, I thought about that, and it's just like, wow, we lived in the same dorm at Howard University. That's where we met. And she had this thick New York accent, and I had all my DC swag going on. So it was just like, okay, are we going to be cool, or is this going to be like, what is this? But I knew outside of the DCNY thing, I knew that we were going to be cool because she just was about all the jokes, all the fun, and she was just instantly a big sister to me, and I loved that. I loved that. And so when I was putting this together, this was the topic that stuck with me, and I was thinking about this literally for months, y'all. And I was thinking about people that I could have come on, and Danielle just, rose to the surface, and then other things started happening: business, life, ministry. And if I'm honest, my time had got kind of close, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't do my outreach and invite like I should. And I said, okay, I'm just going to pray. Hopefully Danielle's schedule will accommodate or what have you. And I was just like, no, you can't ask her. It's too last minute. She got a lot going on. And then it was like, no. And of course, she was excited. She accepted. And I'm so, so grateful for that. And so, y'all know, we just celebrated Mother's Day. And I really wanted to talk about motherhood. I wanted to talk about it from a place of someone who really, really digs into their motherhood in spite of what may have occurred in their childhood. And so that's where I wanted to come from on tonight. Okay, Danielle, I see that you are back, and I see your camera button is still lit up. So I think we should be in good space. If you try to send me the request again, and let's see how that goes. I wonder if you should try or I should try. You try first. Send me the request, and let's see if it goes through with the camera coming on. So I'm really, really excited to have this conversation. Danielle is so much like me. Like I said, two things for sure. We're gonna keep it real, and we're gonna have a good time. That's just it. That's just it. And I knew with how she received my invite for tonight, I knew that this was going to be it. And so that's why I have to be honest. I'm partially those that come to Bible study on a regular basis. Y'all already know. I'm not completely surprised that it's a little bit crazy because whatever this conversation is going to touch somebody. It's going to be empowering to somebody. It's going to be impactful to somebody. And there are just dark forces in the world that don't want this bit of light and power to come through. So I'm not surprised that it's not just so easy and smooth to get on. Okay, when I clicked the invite button, Danielle did not come up, so I think she had to come back off. And I told her, I advised her to not use the computer. I'm wondering, was that bad advice? Before, when I've used like my Chromebook and computer for these, it hasn't gone well. It has always been better from the phone. But now I'm wondering out loud, is that different now? Because the systems are always changing. Let me see. And again, I so appreciate y'all giving us some grace and being patient with us. Let me see. I saw her pop in and then it looks like she popped off again. Danielle, I can't see you. Let me see. Nope, not on the invite list. I'm just checking on the camera invite list. I've had this problem several, like those of y'all that's been around a long time, y'all already know this has happened. This happened. Sarah, I think this happened when me and you were getting on one time. We had to kind of do a couple of roundabouts or what have you, and then we were able to get things on. And I can't see any of y'all comments, so I pray that y'all are loving on each other, connecting with each other. And you might have decided to reboot everything. That's another thing. These settings and everything. Let me just check, y'all, just in case I can't see her come on the screen. If I press this invite button, in other words, who is eligible to come on camera right now, when I press that, she didn't show up in that list. So, but just so grateful to you all. Oh, you know what I didn't think about? Is, let me try one thing. I don't want that to mess with the sound. I was going to see if I come in. Is that gonna go on? Y'all, I'm going to try while Danielle is coming back. I'm going to try to see if it will let me eavesdrop from my laptop, if I can see y'all's comments that way. Just let me know. We about to sign out. Danielle, come on back. And y'all, I'm being very honest. I think Danielle has an iPhone, and so I have no idea how to tell how to use that. I am Team Android. Don't come for me. Don't hate on me. Please don't. Okay, y'all. Wait a minute. I'm just trying to see if I can get it in. Okay, I'm on Facebook. Let's see if it lets me in the group. I'll make sure it's muted. Danielle, don't give up. If you can hear me, if you can see me. Okay. Okay, I can see the comments. It's just I'm not going to come in the live, but I can see the comments as they pop up. Okay, let me see if I'm gonna send another test comment. Danielle, I'm still waiting. Oh, what if I do it like this? Dang. See now, if okay, yes. So I was just trying to test if I can see the comments. Okay, so let's do this. Since I can't see, which is just dumb, but we're going to get past the dumbness of it at this point. So while we are allowing Danielle to work on her technology and get back in here with us. I'm grateful. First of all, thank you all for that um, hanging out, just kind of waiting, excited. Lisa, Sarah, Nick Nack. I saw my girl Maria in here, and tag yourself, send up some likes, some hearts if by chance I can't see you. But thank you all. So from my laptop, this is so crazy. I can't see your comments. I can't see them right here in the live right here, which is so silly. So as y'all know, let me tell you this. And I was thinking about this even earlier today. Okay, wait a minute. I was getting ready to get into a story. Don't, by all means, don't let me start talking. Okay, Danielle, let me try to invite you again. I see you are back, my girl. Okay, let me see. I'm inviting. Let's see what it's doing. And I can. Okay, I saw you just said, how do I request? So wait, I'm sending you. I'm requesting you. So let's see. Let's see. Ain't nobody mad but the devil. We're gonna get this done. So at least I can see the comments down here too. So now I don't have to work you extra. Okay. It says adding. It says adding. And I did a little bit of intro while we were trying to get the technology all together. So usually doesn't take this long to add. Let's see. I'm not going to touch anything yet until it. Okay, it said that there was no answer. So let me try to invite you again, and then you look for the pop-up, Danielle. Let's see. Look, I was just telling everybody I'm team Android, and I'm 90% sure you have an iPhone, so I could not begin to tell you what to even look for. Okay. I have audio again and no video. I don't understand. This is just crazy. Man, this is crazy. But now if you, because I don't want to waste, I'm very mindful of what's time. Uh-oh, she popped off. I was just going to say, what we'll do, especially because y'all have been patient, and because the audio is coming through clear, this next time, once we get Danielle on with the audio, we'll just go with that. We'll just go with that. And y'all feel free to drop comments. If y'all want to share any quick testimonies, triumphs, or challenges that you just kind of want to put out there, drop it in the comments because I can see them. I can see them. So Danielle will be back in just one second. So what is something from your journey with motherhood? Me personally, what I was getting ready to say when Danielle popped back on, I was just thinking about today. I am affiliated with Mommy Nation. Sonia Richards Ross, who is Olympic champion, she started a group with her friend Myleik, and they do Mommy Nation, which is a sort of a support group for mothers, specifically Black mothers. But it's not really closed to anyone. But again, she is a 3-time, if I'm not mistaken, Olympic gold medalist. But motherhood has presented significant challenges to her, and just earlier this year, she became a mom of two. A mom of two. And so with her group, I shared a blog post. And in that blog, which was titled A Childless Mother. A Childless Mother. I don't have any biological birth children. Those that are close to me know that. but I know that God made me a mother, right? God put a nurturing spirit on the inside of me. And so there's leadership there, there's comfort there. But there is really just that nurturing, that shaping, that listening ear, that soft place to land. And with having dealt with and still under doctor's care for my diagnosis, for their diagnosis. Let me just be clear on my language because I don't accept, no matter what, of pulmonary hypertension, the medications that I have to take, it it leads to birth defects. So they were very, very clear. This is life-saving medication, but it is advised that you do not try to pursue um, conceiving during this time. And so that is something that I have to face on a regular basis. Okay, Danielle is back. And so I want to make sure I didn't miss any comments as well. V is in the building. That's our other Bison sister. Hey, V. Okay, Danielle, I'm going to invite you again. And so, now it's not. Y'all, this is a fight. This is a fight. So when it gets to this level, I know that there is something powerful. And so we're going to talk, if we can get Danielle on audio, we're going to speak with her. But in the meantime, so I just shared a little bit with you. I am 44 years old, and a doctor at this point would not advise that I try to conceive. Anywho, but I just share with you that medical diagnosis, current doctor's care, the advisement is that I not even go down that route. And so I've been on this specific medication for 6 years now. And so that is a conversation that I've had to have with my doctors, my husband, family members, and everything. And so that had been a challenge because I definitely had an up and down personally of, like, I wanted a big family and I was like, no, I don't want any children. I want my freedom. Then going back and forth, back and forth. And so I've settled that God has made me a loving, loving godmother, spiritual mother, and mentor. And that has been fulfilling for me. So if anybody wants to share, I'm going to invite Danielle. She popped back up, thankfully. If anybody wants to share, get in the comments. Like, this is what this is a safe space. This is where we share triumphs and challenges. So we're talking about motherhood. So even if it's to what I really want to, if I'm honest, that day I'm gonna press the button in 1 second because I want to say this thought clearly before I press it. I really, really, really would love to explore, and I'm not going to hold us all night tonight, but I do want us to get what we came for. We don't even know what that is. I really want to explore the idea of those who did not have their birth mom around or had really tough challenges with their birth mom and then becoming a mother. That's what really weighed on me when I said what I wanted us to chat about this segment. So, y'all, the comments are open. I can see them. So please get in. Let me invite Danielle again. Danielle, I'm going to try this again. And then we're going to do, if the camera's acting crazy again and you're okay, we'll just do, we can just do the audio. We're not given the forces of evil no credit. And if you're willing, we can come and do a part 2 and try to work out some of the kinks then. So it came up with the red X again. So now you go down to, now I'm gonna tell you what it looks like on my screen. At the bottom, there is a picture of let's say a man. It looks like a man. And then that man has a little man. There it goes. I see you pressed it. Okay. So now I'm gonna try to accept it. And if we can get the audio, then we'll just go with that. That is just so odd. Now this, I can honestly say, we have been able to, after like the rebooting thing, we have been able to get in it. So because this happened with Juanita too, and I was trying to think of, but it never was audio and no video. Okay, it says adding. Let's see. Is it happening? And again, I thank y'all so much. Nick Nack is here to see her girl. V popped in, so thank y'all for hanging out with us. Y'all feel free. Again, I know this can be a sensitive topic. Um, but I really wanted us to open up and share. Okay. Danielle, your bubble went away on my screen. So come back. And part of me is wondering, I don't think it will be different from my okay. All right, I see it. There it is. Let's see. Okay. There is a powerful story that my sis has to share, y'all. I'm trying to tell you now. And
I
it's
know,
worth
Mom.
it. Hey, this is
Yay!
baby to help you with the phone.
She had to lend me her phone. My phone was not in my phone, my computer, her computer. So now I'm on her phone.
Wow. And see, it's some kind of weirdy background permissions. I don't even know what thing, but yay,
Yeah.
you're here. Super excited. You can still hear me? Make sure. Okay, it's a little bit glitchy. Let's see. Okay. You look so pretty.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
Tells
Yay,
Maria, I said,
Zuri.
hey, I just want to hug her. And look, and tell her I'm going to see her soon because I already invited myself down there. So tell her that. And I'm pretending
Yes.
like it's nobody else here because,
We
I don't
can't
care.
wait. We can't wait. We want all the company.
Yes,
I'm so
yes,
excited.
yes, yes.
We got this to work.
Listen, like I said, I don't know if you heard because I know you had to pop in and out or whatever, but, and this is, I'm going to take a spiritually spooky moment. And I'm so glad, guess what? This is my platform, so I can do that.
I
Hello,
heard you.
somebody. You
The
understand what I'm
devil
saying?
is a
Ain't
liar.
and ain't nobody mad but the
Yes.
devil. Okay. That lets you know it's power. And
Yes.
I'm excited.
I'm
I'm
excited.
excited about it. So listen, I already went through. I had the fact that we've known each other for over 25 years is
Yes.
crazy.
We're old.
It's crazy. Yeah, we are, but we still hot though. You understand? Like we still good out here. So I'm so excited about that. And you adopted me as your big
Little
little
sister.
sister, and
Yes.
you are my little big sister. And so I'm grateful. So listen, and she is right there in the background. I want you to tell us about your beautiful purpose. I want you to tell us about why you stamped that. And that has stuck with me. Like when you talk about her on social media, that is what you refer to your baby as. So tell us, the floor is yours. You share what you want about becoming a mom and get into the place where you said, this is my beautiful purpose. Let's just talk about that.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm so excited that we finally made
Yeah.
it. Zuri's name means beautiful in Swahili, and her middle name is Nia, and that means purpose.
Yes, it does.
So when she was in my womb all those many years ago, my very, very close friends know that, and my sister, they know that I had these names that I will not even mention on here that from for years. I was like,
Yes,
this is what I'm gonna name my child when they're born. This is what I'm gonna name my daughter, my
yes,
son, for years.
yes.
But and it was not Zuri Nia.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know what happened when she was inside of me. First of all, that was a miracle in and of itself. And
Right?
when I found her name, that was it. Beautiful purpose. Beautiful purpose. And honestly, I don't want to gas her up because she's sitting over there,
Right,
but
right, right, right.
she really, that's what she really has been in my life.
Yeah,
Even though we all have a purpose, and as women, when you have children, you don't want to make your whole life about your children
yes.
because there has to be something bigger than them. However, for a big chunk of time, that was she's my everything. And she
Yeah.
definitely gave me a purpose when I think I really just didn't have one.
Yes.
But also having her has made me want more for
You.
myself. And that basically pretty much sums it up. The background of that would be that I lost my mother when I was very, very young. I was 8 years old when my mother died. I was 11 years old when my father passed away. And even when they were here, we had, it was rough
Right.
because they had addictions and a lot of stuff going on in their lives. And when they passed away, my great grandmother, she started to raise us initially, but she was my great grandmother. So come on.
Right.
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 So then eventually her daughter, who is my grandmother's sister, then
Ah.
yes, my auntie, she took the reins, and then she raised us. And anyone that knows me knows that we had the closest bond
Yeah.
ever. She was my everything. And so for me, I had three mothers. I
Yes.
had three
Yes.
mothers, and I don't have them with me anymore in physical form, but I know that they're with me. And I believe that each one of them placed something inside of me. They left something with me, and they gave me that desire to be the best mother that I could be.
Yeah.
And in so many different ways. So someone they all had their own issues. They all had their own things going on. And so there was things that I probably lacked in different areas. However,
Uh-huh.
they gave me so much love. So when it comes to love, which is the most important thing, no matter what
That's
else
it.
is going on,
That's it.
love,
That's it. Yes.
that's
Yes.
it.
You weren't lacking anything in that. You
No,
weren't lacking anything in
no,
that. And that's
not at
beautiful.
all.
That
Not
is
at all.
beautiful. And I love that for you. And so that's why in my mind I was like, wait, I was like, was it grandma? I was like, but I thought it was auntie. And I'm thinking
Yes,
it in my
yes.
mind. But see,
Because
that's what it was
back in
both.
Howard, I was talking about my auntie.
Yes, 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 yes. Wow, wow, wow. And then, okay, so tell me a little bit, give me some highlights, give me the high and the low, give me some challenges, and then give me some triumphs. So Zuri, who is a gorgeous, but she has the beauty and the brains, she is wrapping up her first, right? First year at FAMU.
She's done with her first year at FAMU. She's actually taking some summer courses.
Yes,
She has her own personal goals. She wants to graduate early.
yes,
She actually just got into a program in Georgia that's sponsored by the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Foundation. College fund. They're going to be sending a bunch of students to Georgia for a week to do a professional development. And I'm just really, really proud of her because
absolutely.
if I didn't do anything right,
Yes,
I, as a mom, and I'm sure and I'm praying that in 20 years' time, we have a great relationship, that it stays the way it is and grows,
yes,
that she will be like, listen, my mother,
yes.
she said,
I
ate
just
that up.
like yes, 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 yes. You did a great job, and like you said, without having that quote unquote
Right,
traditional, like I didn't have like my mom wasn't sitting at no table looking over no homework. She wasn't baking no cookies. Like my mom worked on a construction site. You understand what I'm saying? My mom
right,
was a real G,
right.
and she was like, "You better have your behind in the house. I don't want to hear no mess. Sit down somewhere and be quiet." Like that's what it was, 5
Listen,
days a week.
very untraditional. So
Yes,
when you think about it, so when Zuri and I have, I was a single mom.
yes.
Zuri and her father and I were in a relationship, and eventually he moved to another country. So he
Ah,
moved many, many, many miles away, or
really,
about
yeah.
like one or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
they have their own relationship with each other. She would visit him in Panama in the summers. So during the other months of the year,
Yes,
it was all on me. And
yes.
I had a very, very demanding, I think one of my girlfriends is in here from my job,
Yeah, yeah.
very demanding job.
Yes,
My job was crazy. It was taxing
yes,
and it was toxic.
yes.
But listen, but it did give me what I needed to survive, and I've had a good life.
Yes.
And but it required so much time that I wasn't there the way a traditional parent
Y-
would want to, or like a
Yes.
stay-at-home mom.
Yes.
But luckily, and I was so blessed. I was so blessed. Anyone that knows me also knows that recently Zuri's mama, she passed away. This
Mhm.
woman came when I first had Zuri, when I first went back to work, my sister helped, and she took care of her for about 6 months. And then I had to get something more, some another situation. We needed something else that wasn't going to work because of my very demanding work. I would be at work 12, 16 hours. That's a lot.
Okay. That is a lot.
And we spent so much time in the car driving to my sister's, driving back. So we needed to switch it up. So my grandmother introduced me to a woman who lived in her neighborhood. And this woman became my baby's grandma
Yeah.
because
Okay.
she was there. I can't put into words, and we don't have enough time
Yeah.
in this live, but she was there.
Mhm.
She at some point she gave me the keys to her house and was like, just open the door, bring my baby in and go to work. Sometimes I would come in and I'd be going have to go back to work in 4 hours, and she would look at me and say, what are you doing? I would be like, I'm coming to get my baby. And she would say to me, go to sleep,
Go lay
go
down.
to
Right.
work,
Yes.
and
Yes.
she will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
When it came to daycare and preschool, elementary, she was there getting off the bus, getting on the bus. There was a bus strike. I would stress, but she was there. And for 11 years she
Wow.
helped me with my baby, who
Yeah.
became a bigger. Even she, at one point, she said she's okay now, she's fine. I'm
Yeah.
moving to Georgia. You don't need me anymore.
Yes.
And that
Wow.
I can't even believe I'm not crying right now. But
I know
that was,
you're doing so
but God,
good.
when I tell you God sent her to us, she would take. I'm at work. I worked. I didn't have traditional days off on the weekend. She was taking my baby to church. All her church members, her choir members, they
Yes.
knew my baby. So she was still getting that foundation
Yes.
from me, but also from her. And then I
Yeah.
had other family members that were helping out also. So
Hmm.
when I tell you God will step in and put people in the gap,
That's it. Yes. So what I hear you saying is support system.
oh,
That support
absolutely.
system was in place for
Absolutely.
you to, so really it gets used so much. And I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna say it like this. When certain people use it, it gets on my nerves. It takes a village, but that is the truth.
No, it
It takes a
really does. People abuse all these terms
well,
nowadays.
you
Every
know it. You
term,
know it.
every
Yeah.
term is being
Yeah.
abused. But when I tell it takes a village, and my village is huge.
Yeah.
It's full of it's full of so many different people. Tisha, it's full of family, friends, my coworkers that became family and
Yeah.
friends,
Yeah.
strangers.
Yeah.
And that's a blessing. And
Yeah.
I always say that I'm so blessed to have these people in my life. And I am. And then people are constantly telling me, you have to remember you're blessed too. You're a blessing. And so I'm going to embrace that too and be like, you know what? I'm a blessed individual. I bless other people. People bless me, and that's the way God wants us to be.
That's it. That is literally his system. The each one reach one. That's what it's about. Being willing to give someone else a
Yeah.
helping hand when they need it. Wow. I love that. I love that. And so you retired
Yes,
this year.
girl.
You told them people, listen, see y'all later.
That's exactly what
Out of here. Okay.
that's exactly what
Yeah.
I told them. Like,
Yes, I know you were so
whoo,
happy.
you can't even
Okay.
imagine, girl.
So what, wait, well, before I get into that, wait, because I want to talk about that. I want to talk about your retirement and your relocation. Um, Give me a little bit on, were you able to be intentional with leaving work at work, or at least putting work to the side and in a box to be able to kind of tune in and say, no, this is daughter time, this is family time, this is me time. How was that, and how did you navigate that?
I think that honestly, I did a very good job when it comes to Zuri because I had to. And there's certain things that as parents we don't even want our children. I'm a very emotional person. I wear my feelings on my sleeve. So there's some things that listen, there's nothing I could do. However, my job was so stressful, and a lot of people know how stressful it really, really was for many, many years.
Yeah.
But I couldn't let her see that. Like I worked in law enforcement, so
Yep.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
And then I also have like so many conflicting feelings about what I did for a living. But so when it comes to Zuri and Zuri's time, and like what you see on social media is just a micro
Yes.
whatever
Yes.
of what
Yes.
happens in
Yes.
reality. But when it comes to her, absolutely. Um, when it comes to me personally, I am right now taking this exaggerated long break because I do want to start my life over and do something
Yeah.
else. But I'm literally like
Yeah.
recalibrating from from the years of working someplace that that leaves a mark.
Yeah.
And then I'm starting my life over. I'm in a new place with my husband, and even our relationship, we both work the same job. So even the way we communicated with each other, a lot of it was ingrained in what we did for a living. We
Yeah.
worked at the same job. We met at work.
Yeah.
So that is going to come home with you. We can relate to each other when it comes to that stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
But then there has to be like, okay, listen, I don't want to talk about that place right now. Let's not.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So that has to happen. And that's hard because it's been a huge part of my life for
For so
20
long.
years.
Exactly.
But when it comes to Zuri, I will say definitely. The only thing I will say that's funny is she calls herself a Triborough baby, which is where in reference to my job. So her dad worked on this job many, many, many years ago. And I worked on the job, and then she has her stepdad who worked on the job. And a lot of her
Yeah.
aunties, they're from this
Yeah.
job. So she has a so between what she's a hardcore Howard baby and
Yes.
she's a hardcore Triborough baby because
Yeah.
that's where most of the aunties and the
Yeah.
uncles come
Yeah.
from, those places. So it's a part of who we are, you know.
Hmm. Hmm. That's good. I'm glad that you had the things in place to at least draw the line, like with her. In thinking about my childhood, and I grew up in DC. I grew up in the hood. You understand what I'm saying? So like I say, it was not no cookies being baked or whatever when I went home. But I was okay. Like I knew that my mom
It's
was out there
who you
grinding.
are.
So yeah, so that we would have lights and food. Like I was very clear. I didn't feel bitter about it. I didn't feel neglect. It just was what it was. And
Right.
so I was okay. And I've had people literally at internships, jobs, schools, everything to invest in me as well. So God, oh my goodness, God answers the prayers that we don't even really speak. You
Absolutely.
understand what I'm saying? He
Because he
fills
knows what
in
we
the gap.
need.
He knows
He knows.
when we're not even smart enough to ask. He loves when we ask, right? But when we're not even smart enough to ask, God will just kind of tee those things up for us. And I love that about him. Speaking of which, let's talk about faith. How has faith really just kind of undergirded your journey, like through single mom and then through this wonderful new husband, through crazy workplace, and now in this new chapter that you're beginning?
I think that for me, I have faith that I don't think even people can imagine. Um, Years ago, I have an uncle, one of my favorite uncle, and he would say, "Oh, Nisi, if you want something, if I want something deep down inside, I really do believe that I'm gonna get it." And I'm not talking about I want $1 million. We all do,
Right,
but
right.
there are certain things in life that I want, and I believe that my faith manifests those
That's
things,
it. That's it.
that God's gonna work it out for me. Like even when it comes to my health, one big thing I believe is because I lost my parents so young,
Hmm.
and I've had my own health issues,
Hmm.
but I'm just so faithful in that what I went through, he's not going to do it.
Yes.
So even though I would struggle with different health crisis or whatever, I would believe in my core that
Yes.
he's not going to do that, because
Yes. Yes.
that's not the plan. And I
Th-
would just have that faith. And here we are. We made it to 18 years.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
almost 19. Yes,
Almost
almost 19. So
19. Okay.
and what I'll say also, just to add to that, when I grew up hardcore in the church every Sunday, Saturday events, Sunday school.
Yeah.
I don't be ashamed of me right now. I taught Sunday school. Like, so many different parts of my life were grounded in church,
That's it.
old school Baptist church.
Come on. Come on.
So I think what happened when I got older, you stray away from that. And don't get me wrong, I love the concept of
Yes.
church and being in the building with like-minded individuals, and I love that. It's not what it was when I was younger though,
Yeah.
and I'm not that person either.
Um,
However, my faith though, I don't want anyone to get it twisted. My faith in someone that's in there every single Sunday, and they might whatever, our faith could be the same, or mine
yes.
could be
Could,
stronger.
could be. Could be.
So I
Exactly.
think that we need to get away from that also, that you have no idea how people are cracking open their Bibles, praying hardcore.
Yes.
It might
Yes.
not sound and look like what it did in the past or what we grew up with,
Yes.
but
Yes.
strong faith.
Yes. I love that. I'm not, because I'm not a judger. Like when I say this is a safe space, I believe that one of the mantles that God put on my life is to curate safe spaces for women to heal and grow. That is why I have conversations like this.
I love
And when you see
it.
me looking down, I'm looking at the comments. So, because ladies, this is free. Again, if you want to share challenge, triumph as a mother or with your mother, feel free. The comments are open. Um, because it, how do I want to say this? I'm gonna just say it like this. We have very similar stories, you and I specifically, but this cookie cutter religion, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. And I'm same like you. When I was young, we were in church all the time. And now quite honestly, and then I did get away from that. Now quite honestly, more so. Now I'm still in church a lot, but I'm not there out of
Right.
obligation. I'm there but
Because you
I
want to
believe that
be there.
I want to be there. I believe that I'm getting instructions. I believe that, okay, even if I'm sitting there for 90 minutes, there's going to be one thing that's said that's going to carry me through the next week. That's what I believe. And God does that. God manifests that. I'm like, oh, this is what that meant. Like, this is why I needed that. And then by all means, what I know is, grown people get on my nerves. I'm not so grown that I can't be taught. Like I know that I still have some stinking thinking going on. I know my attitude
We're not
can
perfect.
still be nasty. Not at all. And so it's like, God,
No,
if you are smoothing me out, hey, I'm with it. I'm with it. So yes. Oh man, this has been
but that's
so good. I
real.
wanna I wanna open it up and see if anybody has any questions or comments, but in between that, so let's talk about this relocation. And like I see the glow, I see the smile. So you recently left New
Yep.
York and you have started a brand new chapter. So tell us a little bit about that.
So I've always wanted to come to Florida. It was a kind of a toss up at some point between Georgia, Florida, and North Carolina,
Okay.
because I knew I definitely wanted to be somewhere warm,
Yes.
and I wanted to be somewhere where there are, people of color, black
Hmm.
people. My husband was not down for Florida. He was
Wow.
not at all. And about 3 years ago, maybe right before COVID, actually, we visited my aunt. I have a lot of family down here. I have an aunt that lives in Bradenton. I have two actually, but this is on my dad's side. And she has a nice house with her husband. David and we feel so comfortable when we're around them. And that visit kind of sealed the deal for him
Yes.
a bit. I still had some
Yes.
work to do because we both had to retire, all that good
Yes.
stuff. You know, we had underage kids. But to make a long story short, I know that most people think that I'm here because Zuri came to school in Florida. You know, listen, yes, we already said we were coming to Florida. I thought sure my child was going to Howard.
Yes.
That's a story for
Another
another
day.
day.
Yeah.
So I thought she was going to be in DC, but she flipped the switch on me real quick. However, that definitely plays a role. But the biggest part is I have David and I are members of CCC, Christian Cultural Center, which is the main campus is located in Brooklyn, New York. And there's another campus in Long Island. And there's a third campus that they recently opened. Guess where? In
Yeah,
Florida. So
I know. I love it. I love it. I
So
love it.
once that
Yeah.
happened, that was it.
Yeah.
That sealed the deal
Yeah.
for us. It also sealed the deal for us on what part of Florida we were going to be in because we were thinking about a completely different side. We were looking at Tampa, that area, but we're in Central Florida. That's where our church is. And for the both of us, like I said, our jobs were so demanding. So
Right.
you being in church every Sunday was not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
When COVID came, that helped because you had virtual service.
Yes.
So it's like, yay, I can go to church. But when we retired, we knew that we wanted to do the things that we weren't able to do, and that's not just attend church, but we want to be super active. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't tell someone, yeah, I'll volunteer to do this next Saturday because I might get stuck that Saturday.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I don't want to be disappointing people constantly because who wants to be that person?
Right. Like,
So
girl, she just
instead,
always cancels. Like,
she's never here because I had some friends that experienced like she's never here. I'm at work.
right.
But now we can do that. So even since we've been here, we've been getting involved with the food pantry. My husband has a whole focus where he wants to be involved in church, and I'm still finding my way and figuring out what else I want to do. I know I want to be super involved in the food pantry, giving back. It
Yes.
feels so good.
Yes. Yes.
And that feeling, if they had it every week, I would do it every week, but it's every 2 weeks. So that's good too because I
Yeah,
need
that's
a
still
break
good.
between.
That's still good.
But
Yeah.
for us, that's what helped us to even decide to make this move. Once the church moved out here also, and then
Yes.
to be a part of that newness and that growth, it's so symbolic for us because we're starting over.
Yeah.
We're starting fresh, and here we have our church that's here also. So that just really it all came together full circle.
Yeah. Yes, I love that. I want to talk about something rewarding, and my prayer, because I'm sensing something. My prayer, I'm going to talk about it anyway, but my prayer is that folks don't get caught up in the grandness about what I'm about to touch on. But I was so blown away, not because it was so grand, but because I felt your heart in it when you were able to take Zori to
Uh,
Paris. I was like, oh my God, that is amazing. Tell us a little bit about that if you don't mind.
so I'm a travel bug. I love to travel, and I've also, I believe, instilled that in Zuri because I believe I like nice things, but I will take a trip in a heartbeat
Yes.
because it's worth it. Memories last forever.
Yeah.
And one of the blessings with my job was I, after you get to a certain level, you get 5 weeks of vacation time. And when I first started this job, I made a promise to myself that I would travel.
Yeah.
And when I have my child, I want her to have good experiences.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I've always done. Now with Paris, I think I'm going to say the good and the bad to this
Yes. Yes.
because I'm going to
Yes.
keep
Yes.
it real. I'm going to keep it
I
all the way
love
real.
it. You know it.
When you work a lot, you're going to overcompensate. That's that's
Yes.
life. You're
Yes.
going to overcompensate in certain ways. So there's probably some areas, and I know there's some things that people see and they're like, "What, girl?" But listen, I worked hard
Yes.
towards the end of my career, not so much, but I did. We'll wait till we get down lower. My Missouri's battery's low, but we'll be fine. I worked hard, and I want her to have certain experiences,
Yes.
and I also want us to share things together because life is short.
Yes.
And after COVID, a big thing for me is life is short. After COVID, my family went through COVID. We were very,
Yes.
very sick.
Yes.
And then after COVID, my husband had a health
Yes.
crisis. He was very, very sick. I have been losing people since I was 5 years old in my
Okay.
life.
Right.
So life is short and you can't get this time back.
Yes.
So if it means spending some coins
Yes.
on valuable, something that's valuable, I know that she's never going to forget that. Never. I
Never in her
took my
life
child.
a million
I'm
years.
not ashamed. I took my child to see Beyonce in
Yes.
Paris.
Yes. Yes.
She deserves it too. That's the
Yes,
other thing.
she
She
does.
deserves it. She's a
Yes, she
great
does.
student. She's a
Yeah.
sweet girl. She was giving back to the community. This girl, I haven't had any problems out of her, except every now and then I see that little personality snapping
Yeah.
out. But we're talking about grades, academics, social activities, giving everything her all, helping out around the house. When her stepdad was sick, she was my go-to person,
Okay.
and we both needed a break too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she deserved it. I deserved it.
Yeah.
So by way of
Yeah.
Zuri, I got to go to Paris.
Yes. And I'm just gonna put this out there. And like I said, I don't have birth children. I'm an auntie 15 times, okay? A godmother several times, okay? So trust me, all right? I love the fact that you did something for her so grand so that no sneaky little knucklehead
You come
boy can
along.
come along and try to say, girl, I can do
Listen,
this for you.
and I
No, look, my
believe
mama done did it,
that.
my
I
daddy. Yeah,
believe that.
100%.
Yes, yes. No one can come along. What you have to come better than that, sir. And it's not just about material things, it's also about experiences. So,
Experience.
what are we going to be doing together? We spend a lot of valuable, Zuri and I spend valuable time together.
Yeah.
She's my broke best friend.
Yeah.
I'm not always broke. So anyway, so that you're gonna have to put in the time, be committed, and then
Yeah.
also in my relationship, I want her to see that too. Even though it's not the traditional family, she sees her stepdad and I. We're committed to each other. We're
Yes.
committed to our families, our children, and that's what's the most important thing. So hopefully when she meets someone and it's forever, it'll be
Yes.
quality, it'll be
Yes.
commitment, it'll be all the things, because in her growing up she got to see those things, and the bad too, because nothing is
That's
perfect.
right. That's
So
right.
yeah, we do. And even as an auntie, as a godmommy, I go I these kids, they are so
Oh
spoiled.
yes. I know
The
it. You
god
know I know it.
children are spoiled. My niece and my nephew were my babies before I had Zuri, and since I've had Zuri, these kids are spoiled. They know how Auntie does.
Yeah.
My godchildren can tell you. Listen, they get the hookup,
Yeah.
and I really like love them. I don't
Yes.
just do stuff for people, and this goes for like even I love my
Yeah.
family. I love my friends, and if you're a part of my heart, then you can have it all,
Yes.
because I can't take it with me.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. It's about enjoying. I like that you have let your cherishing life, valuing life, wanting to build good memories. I like that you have let that be a part of your motherhood and a part of your rearing your child. I think that is so important. And I think that oftentimes parents and uh, uh, godparents, aunties, all of the above, I think that us as the adult, the rearing adult, that sometimes we get so caught up in wanting to do and working in order to do that we don't
The
spend the
time
quality time, even when we have it,
and the
even when we
support.
have it. And I think that I'm just going to say this.
Mhm.
I hate corporate America. Our current corporate structure is just, it's not
It's
sustainable. It is toxic.
anti-parenting.
It is anti-parenting. It is anti-family. It's anti-connection. It's anti-connection. If you watch it, I bet you can look back at every, especially your last job, because you was there for so long. But even probably if you did some fast food part time in high school, you can look back and say the system was not set up for you to connect with your coworkers. They even say stuff like team building, but no, you don't really want us to be the same. You want us to be drones. You want us to be lemmings and just do,
Robots.
yes, and just do what you want. And so I think that we have to model the opposite to these kids, and we have to show them. I'll say this related or not, but it's coming up, so I'm just going to say it. I'm a mentor with United Negro College Fund, and these kids, I'm talking about our scholars. I've watched them get like crazy job offers, crazy money, academics, through the roof or whatever. And one of the first things I tell them is don't get boxed in by corporate America. Do what you love, and you need to learn that lesson now. You don't need
Yeah.
to be 30 or
Yeah.
40 learning that after you've been burnt out, after you may have said some bad words to your coworkers and boss. You need to get that now, and don't
Yeah.
let anybody, you know, lock you down into something that you're going to hate and hate yourself for.
I envy anyone that when I meet someone and they're like, I love my job, or I'm so envious. I really I've enjoyed moments when I was working,
Right.
and I've met some amazing people. Some of my closest friends to date
Yeah.
are from my job. I met some not so great people. However, I met some amazing people that are going to be a part of my life forever.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm so grateful. However, when I meet people that love their jobs, I'm so envious because that's not my story.
Nope.
However, it's never too late.
That's right.
So what I try to speak into my niece, my nephew, all the kids, of course, Zuri,
Yes.
is listen, go with your heart, work hard.
Yes.
At some point in our lives, we're going to have to work hard, and we determine when that's going to be.
Yes.
It's going to be either in the front, the middle, or the end.
Yes.
I'm not trying to work hard on the end. I'm good. I'm good right now.
Right.
So I worked hard already,
That's it.
and now this is that next stage in my life where I can do something that I really want to
Want
do and that I'm passionate
to.
about, and
Yes.
that's what I'm like going to be manifesting and working on.
Yes.
But also, just to be honest, there was a time in my life where if I had worked harder and had been more focused,
Uh-huh.
then maybe there would not have been that chunk in my life that I did have to work so hard.
So,
And that's a
yep.
lesson. That's a
Yep.
lesson that we learned, and it did play a part in my parenting. I've been blessed that I only had one child, first of all.
Yes.
So,
Yes. That's a blessing.
right.
That,
Even though I wanted a large family too, but God knows best. So I only had Zuri, and I made it work with just having Zuri, and I was blessed with so many people in my life that helped. Even at my job, I would get stuck at work, Tisha, and my coworkers can attest to this. Zuri, someone would bring her to work and watch her for a little bit
yes.
until I was going to get off.
Yes.
I have amazing. One day I was watching Zuri on the camera. I'm at work
Yeah.
and I'm stuck. And I'm watching her on the camera, and usually I would just see her doing different things, or this particular moment she'd been still for so long. At this point she fell asleep. But I
Okay.
was so paranoid and crazy that I called one of my girlfriends who I worked with. She was going to be, I think, coming into work later,
Uh-huh.
like, go to my house and wake Zuri up. So she goes to my house, she gets Zuri, and then she brought you to work, right? No, she took me out to get pizza. Oh, she just took care of her for a while. But I have so many stories, but it's
Yes.
because my parenting journey it wasn't cookie cutter,
Right.
but I did the best I could do,
Yes.
and I did a great job.
I
But
think
I
so.
had the assistance of I had amazing people in my
Yes.
life that really helped.
Yes. What what is a tip that you will give, not necessarily a new mom, but a mom that is struggling with guilt. Maybe she's struggling with how she divides her time with a mate or perspective. Maybe she's dating somebody or even with her job. What is something that you will want to say to this mom that's just kind of struggling and just feeling like, ugh,
I think that
I don't even know what I'm going to do?
it's so hard because as a woman, I'm a woman. So I have feelings, I have needs, and God put us here to have
Yeah,
companionship. So that's important to remember. And not just companionship with your mate, but friends and
yeah,
family. So to compartmentalize things and to make time for all those parts of ourselves
yeah,
is very, very hard. I
yeah,
would recommend not being guilty, being careful,
yes,
but not feeling guilty, going with your heart and your gut, because I had Zuri, it was just us, and then I've always had friends. I'm a social person.
yeah,
Um, I've always had, crews and friends and whatever. It did slow down somewhat because of my job,
hmm,
and then I just started hanging out hardcore with
yeah,
coworkers, that's a whole nother story. And then I met David. I met some other, people in there. But then I met David, and then we've been building a life together. So when you think about it, so now you have, as a woman, you have your children, your child or your children, you have your friends and your family, and you have your mate. And then you still need to make time for yourself,
absolutely,
which is
absolutely,
so important, because if I'm burnt out, we're all burnt out. What happens to the family? What happens to
yeah,
my daughter? What happens to my husband? And sometimes it happens though. I've been burnt out. And then I had to get on a plane and take my behind somewhere by myself
yep,
and just have and laugh and cry and eat and
yeah,
listen, enjoy everything that God's created on this earth for me.
yes,
But sometimes you have to go all the way away from everyone and do that. And I've had to do that.
yes,
But I'm trying to look at the percentage. Yeah. So what I would recommend is you can do it, but take care of yourself, take
yeah,
care of your mental health.
yes.
And I know that, mental health and seeking help.
Uh-oh. Is it kicking you off? It's a little glitchy thing happening. Uh-oh. Okay. Wait, I can see you, but for whatever reason, on my side, the volume is not coming through. I can see you and you're
Can
moving
you
in time and stuff.
hear
Oh, there
me?
it is. Okay, I hear you now.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
That's
Make
fine.
time for yourself. If you feel burnt out, if you feel like the candle's getting low, seek some help. I've done it, and it's very helpful.
Yeah.
I believe that, church people, religious people, we're getting there. We're getting closer, but back in the day, that was not a thing.
Right.
But it's very important now. Like, seek help. Someone has maybe not the answers, but maybe they can steer you in better directions.
Yes.
And it's useful. It's a useful tool. So I would say remember to put yourself first,
Yes.
even with all these other
Yes.
people that need and lean on you. But you can do it. You can be whoever you are. You can be mommy, you can be a wife, you can be a friend, you can be all those things. It's possible. It's not easy,
Not easy. It's not
but
easy.
it's possible. But at
Yes.
the end of the day, we have to, keep it all together for ourselves. And if we feel like it's not working out, get some help.
Yes.
Pray too. Like, listen, prayer
Yes.
changes things.
Yes, it
And
does.
God, He wants us to be happy.
Yes, it does.
He wants us
Yes,
to
it
be
does.
healthy.
Yes. It does.
If you're an extroverted person, he wants you to be out there enjoying life because he gave this life to us. But
Yeah.
he wants you to be, and it's not, listen, I'm kind of crazy, girl. However,
That's why I love you.
but I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to enjoy my family. I'm going to enjoy my friends. This is what God wants me to do.
Yes.
So I would tell any woman out there, and that you can do it, whether you're with someone or not with
Right.
someone. That doesn't
That's right.
matter.
Right.
You can do it, because I did it for many years without my
Yes.
husband, my now husband.
Yes.
You can do it.
Yes. Yes. And yo, thank you. This was, I knew this was going to be good. It was so, so good. It was
I
worth
was so
all of the
excited.
stupid stuff. It was
And
worth
these
all of the stupid.
modern technology. And I was saying to myself, let me make sure I was gonna have my computer together, and then my computer's all crazy because it's from home and we need a new computer.
Yeah.
Well, I just relocated,
Yeah.
guys. And I'm like, is the service gonna be good here? Because I think we just got it when Zuri came
Yeah.
so that she could go to online school. And when all the glitches happened, I was like, no.
I know. It's okay. It came together just as it should.
Yes.
Just as it should.
I'm so
So
happy to
I,
be. I'm
and I know
happy
you're,
that you asked me to do this,
yeah.
Letitia. And I love you and I
I
miss you.
love you and miss you so much. We're gonna see each other soon. We are, I'm
We
telling you.
are.
I'm telling you. So but it I know everyone enjoyed. I didn't see any questions come through. But I've enjoyed you giving us this peek into your journey. Big hugs and thanks to Zori for letting you get on the
You.
phone and everything. It's been wonderful. And I have something else working in my mind. So you may get another invite before the year is out. So
I'm here,
just keep that in
girl.
mind.
Catch me. I'm not working,
And I
so
I love it. I love it. But thank you so much for this. This
thank
is
you.
going to be meaningful. And then, folks that necessarily couldn't be here live can watch it, and then I'll be able to offer it on my platform, and they can watch it again as well. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Mwah! Love
Love
you, and thank y'all
you
so
too.
much for tuning in. And we'll talk to y'all real soon. Good night.